Je crois qu'on attend les retardataires, hein. Mais je sais pas quand je dois commencer, donc dites-moi quand j'arrête les blagues. Non. On commence? Ok. Bon. Bonjour à tous. Hello everyone. So I'm pleased to be here today to present you the use case about DAZN and the partnership with Odoo, why we selected Odoo for business, day-to-day business, but also why we decided to work with Easy IT, one of the integration partner of Odoo, to be able to put in place our processes and run the business on a daily basis. So I know that this is Friday afternoon, so I hope that everybody still have a bit of energy. At least I will be able to try to tease you and give you some or a little bit of inspiration. So first of all, maybe let's have a look at the planning of today. I promise I will try to be not too long and make it interactive if possible. And if you have a question or remarks, don't hesitate to interrupt and discuss. I found it better like this than just talking on myself. So first of all, I would like to present you a bit of DAZN because some of you maybe know about DAZN and 11 Sports. Other not yet, but I hope that after and at the end of the presentation, it will be crystal clear for everyone. I will take some time to expose you the use cases or we use at our site and in the media industry a platform such as Odoo. I will go through specific use cases to just make example of what we are doing, and then give you the opportunity to exchange and to take your feedback on everything and ideas maybe that you may have to improve our processes and the usage of Odoo platform. So maybe to take some time, here is the QR code you can use afterwards to raise your question. So don't hesitate during the presentation to post everything, and I will take some time to come back on it later on. Rather than speaking a lot about the company, because we are a media industry, so for me it's normal that we show you media images. So we have prepared, and you will see that that's a little video that will expose who you are, who we are, and what we are doing in the business. Like some of you may know, the diehard sport fans, 11 Sports was acquired by an international group a few months ago, which is called DAZN. DAZN is present around the world, and it's the first streaming platform for the sport industry. So let's have a look at what we are doing and why I'm here for. So that's who is DAZN. DAZN is a platform, streaming platform, but not only a platform. It's also a channels that we distribute around the world via the set-top box of the telcos to just broadcast event and sports live event, but also non-live content. So you can ask yourself, okay, what is the link between a media company, a football, a pitch, and a platform such as Odoo? Actually, we see, and I've learned during that 3 Odoo days, that we can do a lot of things thanks to Odoo. But why we choose the Odoo platform at our site, it was actually for one specific project. And it's, okay, it's there. It's really for one specific project. So last summer, we decided in Belgium to launch for the first time ever in the industry and in the territory a B2B product for the broadcasting of the sports images and sport content in Belgium. So why we decided to do that? Because as you know, when a media company and a right holder company acquire the right to broadcast some games, there is a huge investment which is done. And the normal ways of using the content is to watch it at your home, on your device, with some friends. But there are also other type of usage, and there are some commercialization made around your own product. And for example, bars and restaurants, which are using your own right to commercialize, sell more drinks in their establishment and so on. We have to protect our right, and the protection of the right is something really important, and this is a problematic which become more and more important in the world. Because, as you know, there are a lot of illegal streaming platforms, there are a lot of reproduction of content, and as right holder, we need to protect that. So there are many different ways to protect the right. Of course, we can just go against someone which is using your right on an illegal manner and go to court injunction against him, etc. But there are also processes that we need to do to make sure that we follow the rules and that everybody is following the rules. So that's a strategical decision. Actually, in Belgium, the protection of the right regarding the B2B was never made. There are many explanations why it was not made, and that was part of the culture in Belgium. So it was a sort of free access, and everybody accepted that the rights were used in the establishment and the HoReCa establishment. Previously, actually, the right was managed by the telecom operator in Belgium, for example, and each operator has his own strategy, has his own channels, and so it was really complex to have one generic product and one generic process to follow. When DAZN acquired the right, and it was 11 Sport at that time, actually, we decided to launch that project because it was the first time ever that only one broadcaster was holding all the rights for the Belgian territory and was redistributing his own channel via different platforms. And so that was the moment actually to put something in place and to follow the trends of European market, because this kind of process exists since years and more than 10 years sometimes in some markets. And so that was a time for Belgium to jump and to follow and to act on the protection of the right. So the decision was made when we acquired the right in 2020. But as you know, our friend COVID, if I can use the bracket for friend, came into the game. So at that moment, it was really not the right moment to launch any project around the B2B service and the HoReCa sector, because as you know and you may imagine, it was really problematic and critical momentum for them. At that moment, all the establishments were closed, everybody was at home, so we decided and we took the decision to postpone completely the project. So we live with a sort of unknown period, because we, as all of you, we didn't know where we were going, and so we were just waiting the right moment to launch. The decision for government, for everything that changed and reopen a bit the market and our ways of working, came a bit in the last minute. And that's why we will see later on why we choose Odoo and to work with EasyIT. But in a nutshell, what we did, is quite simple. We decided to launch that project, but we decided to not reinvent the complete wheel. We decided to reuse existing process for protection of IP rights. And actually, we base ourselves, and maybe some of you knows the project, if I call it SABAM, it's actually the right that you use for the music industry. And so if you are using some music in your establishment, even if you are doing a private party with tickets, etc., with paying a fee, you need to have a license and to subscribe to SABAM. And so actually, and this comes on top of the music that you are using. If you are using a Spotify subscription, you need to have the license on top. And actually, we decided to completely mirror that process and use it for the media industry and the sport industry. So it means that when you have a commercial premises and you have your own establishment, you need to have access and grant you access thanks to a sports subscription packet that you can have or via the telcos or via the direct-to-consumer application that we have, 11 directly. So it gives you access to the content for your own usage. If you would like to broadcast it publicly and do commerce of it, then you need to have the license. And that's part we are talking about for the moment. Or we get the license. And then you can watch, you can enjoy with your fan base, you can enjoy with your customer. So again, what is the role of Odoo and Easy IT in that story? Actually, we were looking for a platform, a one-stop shop platform. So you know Odoo better than I think. A lot of experts of Odoo are here in the place. With Odoo, there are plenty of things we can do. Of course, we can do accounting stuff, we can do supply chain element, etc., which is not the purpose of that specific use case. But we were looking at a project that allows us to manage from end to end the customer, and you will see the complete value chain of the customer. So we decided actually to launch the new commercial premises with one-stop shop model. There, we look at the market. We did a benchmark, like everyone did to launch and search new furniture. And then we found Odoo. Of course, we heard about Odoo since some years. We were looking at how it evolved. And we said, okay, for that project, which is linked to IP rights, we need something trustable. We need a platform which is stable. We need a platform we can use directly, which is ready to go. And we just subscribe, we can start, and we launch everything. But looking at the process of Odoo, we said, okay, yeah, this is a platform. Our industry is quite different of the normal and standardization usage of what we can do. Or we can go further. And actually there, we found the solution of friends, Easy IT. So the integration partner that allows us to gain in agility. And there we said, okay, we now have found a platform which is stable, that allows us to do a lot of things, but we found people and experts that will help us to twist all the process and to adapt all the process, the standardization, to our tailor-made project, and to allow us to develop and to run the business. So that's really the way we thought at that moment, the way we built the project. But as you remember, earlier I explained you that the decision came a bit late, and really late actually in the process. We acquired the right in 2020. We waited 2 years because everything was closed due to COVID. And actually, in around May, something like that, around May 22, we decided to say, okay, we will launch a start of the new season. The new season, the football season, starts in July. So it means that we had 2 months to get ready with a full project that nobody's did anything on the market in Belgium, never. And so we said, okay, let's do. We discussed with Easy IT and we said, are you ready to support us in that story? That's a crazy story. We have 2 months now to go. Let's go. And they said, okay. We jump into the project and we launch everything. So what we did in that 2 months' time is actually put the full value chain in place. So we started with the creation of a landing page. So we created the website. a dedicated website, because of course we have our own website where we talk about the company, where we talk about the direct-to-consumer application, you can subscribe, etc. But there we create totally a separate business. This is completely new for us. So we said, okay, we need a landing page where we will explain a bit the project, where the customer can find the project information, have all the terms and conditions about everything, because this is a legal, actually this is not a product, but this is a legal service that you need to take. And so everything is gathered on one web page, and a dedicated web page. Then we created the subscription. And again, we would like that the platform, and that was a decision, that via the platform, we can directly manage all the subscription and the account of the customer. So actually, when the customer came on the and come on the website, he just get all the information, select the product, then create his own account to be able to subscribe, and then do the payment. Again, here the twist is we don't only use a standard process payment. We are speaking about a license, a running product, a running license. And so we decided to automate all the process and the payment, meaning that when you take a license, the payment is automatically renewed month after month or year after year based on the billing cycle you decide. So we had to integrate all that automation and discuss with third party like Adyen. We have decided to work with Adyen, and so to twist all the process thanks to Easy IT and Adyen. Last but not least, we arrive, of course, customer take the e-subscription, or there is a lot of process, and we will go into different use cases afterwards. We would like also to communicate to the customer, and rather than using the normal traditional CRM tools that we have, or communication tool and channels that we have, we said, okay, we need to create a new one. We need to automate all the communication based on the customer life cycles. Meaning, okay, if a customer just came on the platform, we can resend him a reminder with more information. If the customer arrive at the end of the license, we need to inform him that the license will renew. If a customer stops his license, we need to remind him this is a legal obligation, so please make sure that you are not infringing your rights and that you have the right license, and so on and so on. So we decided to automate it, every communication, to make sure there is a close follow-up of the customer. But the most important for me is the last element, the third party. Because as I explained, we didn't choose Odoo actually for the basics of what Odoo is doing. I think, to be honest, we use maybe 1% of the Odoo possibilities at our side, which is maybe a pity. I think, and after having followed some session here, I think we can maybe do biggest thing, use better the product, but that was not the purpose at that time. What we were looking for and was the ability of the platform, thanks to the open source readiness of Odoo, was to be able to integrate and to connect third-party partners to the platform. And that was really the key. And therefore, Easy IT and the integration partner was really key for us, because we had, and we needed at that moment some expert that would help us to integrate the parties and prepare all the flows. What we did actually, and as you will understand, that process of license is IP right protection. IP right protection is not a sexy word, but it's a legal wording and a legal flow. So there is a lot of procedure we need to follow to protect that right from a legal perspective. It means that, first of all, we need to control what is happening, because you cannot see, and people that are infringing your right will not say, hello, I'm here, I'm using your right, but I'm not paying. So we have to just find the people infringing our rights. So we are working with our third-party controllers, which are doing controls, at random controls, based on leads that we sell, but controls all over the countries during the games. And we are just doing some reports of what is doing. They are doing their controls, but they are using the Odoo platform directly. So we can have the full overview of what is doing. So it means that every control is made via and using the Odoo platform to just fill in the forms, get all the information, and make sure that all information remain in the same environment. So after having made the controls via the platform, we have then all the flows that happen. And we go to the lawyer. If people, after having controlled the bar, they are not taken and acting properly and accordingly to the reminder that we will send him, then it's the role of our lawyers. We send letters, official lawyer letters, and there is a process. Again, we connected the lawyer process directly via Odoo platform. So it means that the chain and our customer care expert and manager can follow everything that is happening, can have a control of all the communication, can have the historic of all the communication that the customer receive on the same place. So the process, and as you will see, sending lawyers letters is not enough sometimes. So we have to go the next step, and the first step is going and using the bailiff, sending really a bailiff to the establishment. And there again, what we did, we connected the bailiff, and the bailiff automation and process and lead is via the Odoo platform. And so it means that we provide some access, limited access to the company, bailiff company, so that they can follow the process. And we did the same with marketing, which is not a small one, because actually for marketing, and as you can hear, this is not a nice product. We are not friends of the bars anymore, because this is just a complex story that we are telling. It just, you have to pay more to be able to use our right. So that's a bad message. And this bad message is impacting, of course, our brand. And so we need to find a way to avoid that our NPS, Net Promoter Score, is just decreasing on the market. And so therefore, we created a full marketing 360 campaign where we use actually the crowdfunding and the fans, and we provide access to non-payable experience. And so the fans can win on a weekly basis some signed shirts, having VIP tickets, meet and greet with players and clubs, etc., visit the clubs. So there is a lot of experience that the fans can win via a platform. And that's what we call a always-on campaign, always-on contest that is available for everyone in Belgium. But the difference there, you can say, okay, that's a standard contest like all the companies are using. But the difference here, and that's the integration of the third party, is we made a sort of virtuous circle with the Odoo platform, meaning that our campaign, external campaign, is linked back to the platform, and every euros that are invested in the campaign, marketing campaign, comes back directly to the license of the bars. And so I will take you an example. If I participate, so to participate to the contest, I need to pay €1. €1, then I have the chance, and everybody wins something in the contest, so I have the chance to win plenty of things. I participate with my euros, and in the process, I can decide to which bar I redirect directly the euros to support the bars, and the bars I'm going every day with my friends or every week to watch, and I say, okay, my euros goes directly to the bars. I select that in the process, and actually to the next invoice, every euros that have been given to a specific bar will be automatically deducted from his invoice. And so therefore, again, we create a positive story that supports everybody on the market. So as you will see, and I already went into some example and conceptual example, I will just show you some screens. As you will see, for a GDPR reason, I floated all the naming of the person, because this can be sensitive. But I will take back some example with you. So I'm a bar, and thanks to Odoo and the platform, again, the bar owner just visit the B2B platform. He can select the appropriate product. He can select the payment periodicity in 2 clicks. He can create his account and then proceed to payment. So how is it? Voilà. How is it represented live? And that screenshot, sorry for that, that's not a live presentation like Fabien did, but it's screenshot. So when you arrive on the landing page, that's a standard page where you see directly there are 3 different tiers, small, medium, large. I select the one I need. Then when I select, I can choose, do I pay by monthly or yearly? Of course, if you pay yearly, you have an advantage. Normal and standard process of doing commercialization of product. Then I add it to my cart. I confirm my order. I create my account, and I process the payment. That's it. So that's the first step. And afterwards, everything roll out directly. The second use case is, okay, the controls. And as I explained, everything is linked together, and the value chain just follow each rules. So there is a bar visit. So our contractor just go to a bar, do a controls. He will do his report, semi-automated and linked with the society, as I explained, using really easy ways of integration. We are not speaking about load integration, but this is only web services access and contact between both platforms. And so we send some leads, they acquire the leads into their own application, they proceed to the controls, they send back all the information, and the information are stored on the control form directly on Odoo. So semi-automated because we use the famous Kanban of Odoo to just trigger and lead and say, okay, this bar should be in the pool, you have to visit, and then after everything is automated. If the control is okay, and okay means there is no broadcasting of 11 channel, or there is a broadcasting but the bar has a license, we stop. If this is not okay, then afterwards the system will send a first reminder letter 5 days after the control, then we'll send a second reminder 15 days after the first reminder, and then the lawyer letter, and then the bailiff, and then we go to court file if we need. So as you will see, everything then is automated to semi-automated via the process. If I show you by via the screen, and if you are expert of Odoo, it will tell you a lot. What we are using is, we are using actually 2 applications in the app, and that's why we are really limited. We use the help desk, and we use the project application. If we use the help desk overview, you will see we have integrated directly direct entry to bailiff process, to bad payer process, to churn, and lawyer process. So we enter directly via the help desk to that application, and it's open actually normal Kanban page where you can see there on the top left, this is for establishment control. Actually, every time we have the database, we have it in the new, we have a list of establishment. So we move it to assign. It means that we assigned it for a control and it comes directly to the partners. And then the partners will move it in ongoing external validation, and then it's automated the communication. So that's really the basics from Odoo, but where we use it completely differently. The same, and you will see for lawyer process, no change, no description here. This is exactly the same Kanban that we use. We use the new, but actually the lawyer process will be fed automatically by the control process. So all the news will come from the control for which there is an infringement, and then comes in the process, etc., etc. So that's a bit what I would like to expose to you, the use case that we made, just showing that Odoo was for us the perfect platform, even if we use a limited amount of every opportunities that offers Odoo, and thanks to an integration partner, or we succeed to twist all the process, adapt it to a specific market, and apply it for media usage, actually, rather than supply chain, HR, or finance accounting purpose. So I hope this was clear. If you have any question, remarks, just shoot. I'm here for that, and so don't hesitate. I see there is some question. Okay. Is DAZN headquarters considering using Odoo? That's a good question. Actually, at different points and in different countries, the model are quite different regarding commercial premises, what I mean the B2B. So there are different level and different answer to that question. First of all, for that commercial premises project, we are indeed looking at maybe reuse what we did and created here to other territories. So there are internal analysis and evaluation to see if there is any interest, because there are other processes in place. But indeed, they were really impressed by the work done here in Belgium. And Belgium was taken as an example in terms of processing and the easy manner we manage everything thanks to one platform. On the other hand, for other type of usage at DAZN, as for each companies and suppliers, we do an evaluation every year. We are spread between different applications, and yeah, maybe one time we will decide to gather everything and use one-stop shop platforms. So this is also an evaluation, but for the moment, this is not the case.
Actually, there are quite some questions on the pad, but we don't have any more time, sadly. But maybe you could answer those questions on the pad directly, so everybody can see the answers afterwards, even if people come
Perfect.
with you afterwards outside of the room.
Will do.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.